Well, the Owens Valley Mosquito Abatement Program confirmed Tuesday that some mosquito samples trapped last week tested positives for West Nile virus. This is the first occurrence of West Nile virus in Inyo County since 2011. Press release from Inyo says prior to that, West Nile virus had been detected periodically in the Owens Valley after first being discovered in our area in 2004. Now, during that period, no human infections were reported, but 3 horses died after being infected with West Nile virus. Now, the 3 positive samples in Inyo County come during the same week that 214 samples were positive for the disease statewide. Said Inyo County Health Officer Dr. James Richardson, for every 100 people who are bitten by a West Nile virus carrying mosquito, only 20 are risk of contracting West Nile virus, and of those, fewer than 1% are likely to experience life-threatening reactions. Nevertheless, public urged to take precautions. Likewise, while horses are more at risk for contracting the disease, vaccines are available and horse owners are urged to get their horses vaccinated and get some more information from your local veterinarian. Now, Owens Valley Mosquito Abatement Program Interim Manager Rob Miller said the positive samples were collected to the southeast of Bishop in the same trap location that West Nile virus has been found in prior years. Miller said the area was heavily treated with an adult side application following trapping activities due to high adult mosquito populations in the area. Now, the eradication effort has already resulted in significant decreases in the number of mosquitoes in the area, Miller said. According to Agricultural Commissioner Nate Reed, crews will continue to aggressively treat this area until trap results show diminished population levels. About 20% of those who are bit by an infected mosquito will experience flu-like symptoms that last a few days and resolve on their own. Over-the-counter pain medications can help reduce fever and relieve some of the symptoms. About 1 of every 150 people who contract West Nile virus will develop more serious neurological illness. If you develop symptoms of severe West Nile virus illness, such as unusually severe headaches or confusion, you should seek medical attention immediately. Now, the press release notes while this discovery does not indicate a human case of West Nile virus, it does emphasize the importance of protecting yourself against mosquito bites. More information, you can visit the Centers for Disease Control West Nile virus webpage, and that's cdc.gov. You can also see westnile.ca.gov. You're also asked to report mosquito problems to the Owens Valley Mosquito Abatement Program, 760-873-7853. And mosquito control applications will be performed south of Bishop and in the Lone Pine area Thursday, as well as in Old Wilkerson Friday. Crews will be using that truck-mounted fogging equipment between 4 and 7 a.m. to control excessive adult mosquitoes. Also, the California Department of Public Health reminding individuals to take precautions when entering cabins, trailers, and other buildings that may be infested with rodents. This after the recent diagnosis of Hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, HPS, in a Mono County man. Now, since HPS was first identified in 1993, there have been 73 hantavirus infections in California, 659 cases nationwide. About 30% of HPS cases identified in California have been fatal. Now, the most recent case occurred in a patient who was exposed to the virus in Mono County. Most HPS cases have been exposed in the Sierra Nevada or Southern California mountain areas. Prompt diagnosis and medical treatment increase an individual's chances of recovery. Those full press releases are posted on sierrawave.net. Well, Deb Murphy filed this report, writing that in what could have been the absolute last cannabis discussion at a Bishop City Council meeting on Monday, Councilmember Pat Gardner opened the door just a crack for further discussion. The agenda item was a second reading of the ordinance banning commercial operations within the city limits. Again, the pro-cannabis speakers outweighed the antis by 10-4. And again, the Bishop City Council opted to go with the ban, this time with a 4-1 vote after Council member Jim Ellis went with the majority. Now, during the Bishop City Council's discussion, Pat Gardner said, "I can't vote for commercial operations unless Bishop votes okay, knowing the state regulations." Gardner went on to say the council and community could wait to see what the final regulations are when the commercial aspects of the Adult Use of Marijuana Act actually go into effect January 1st, 2018. Then the city could put the issue of dispensaries and taxes on the ballot. Bishop Mayor Joe Pexi agreed, saying it's going to have to be a ballot measure. Nothing being said has changed my mind. Now, while Inyo County had 3 advisory measures on the November 2016 ballot to gauge residents' tolerance or acceptance of commercial operations within its jurisdiction, the anti-cannabis members of the Bishop City Council had a different interpretation. All the voting precincts within the city limits approved commercial operations, but Gardner, Councilmember Laura Smith, and Pexi couldn't assume that acceptance extended to the city of Bishop. Also, another action, Bishop voted to join Inyo County and 4 other agencies to date in a joint powers agreement. This to develop a groundwater sustainability agency and start to work on a plan to reach sustainability. The irony, according to Bishop City Administrator Jim Tatum, will be judged in 20 years if the plan is successful when we already are talking about being sustainable. In a phone interview Tuesday, Inyo County Water Director Bob Harrington agreed with Tatum's analysis, saying this is a large burden to put on local entities. Grants will be available, but it is an unfunded mandate. There are a lot of unknowns. It's going to cost money, but we don't know how much. Now, by and large, Harrington said the Owens River Basin is being managed sustainably through the long-term water agreement between Inyo County and the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. Harrington told the Bishop City Council that the Owens Valley would be in better shape to get grant funding for the planned development if it were represented by one GSA rather than many. His estimate of that plan ran from $500,000 to $1 million. The council voted to sign that JPA. Other area eligible agencies have until August 1st to sign up. At that point, Harrington said the Water Department would develop a budget in consultation with other JPA partners. We have to work together to reach a consensus, he said. We thank Deb Murphy for that report. Well, the biggest party of the summer is coming up. It's the Mammoth Festival of Beers and Bluesa Palooza. Sierra Wave Media's Rob Gill talked with Mammoth Brewing Company's Sean Turner and the driving force behind Bluesa Palooza.
Hi, I'm Rob Gill with Sierra Wave Media and Alt 92.5. Today I'm joined by Sean Turner, co-owner of Mammoth Brewing Company, and he's putting on a pretty big event here in Mammoth Lakes. It's the 22nd annual Bluesa Palooza, happening August 3rd through the 6th. Now, Sean, for those that have never heard about Bluesa Palooza, can you tell us a little bit about what it's all about?
Right. Well, we are the highest elevation beer festival on the West Coast, actually. We've been doing this for 22 years, and essentially the whole point is to celebrate craft beer as it grows in this country, as well as blues music. We combine the two at Sam's Wood site here in Mammoth Lakes, as you mentioned, over the weekend of the 3rd through the 6th. So that's it in a nutshell.
It's been going on for 22 years now. So what has changed over the years, and what can people expect to see this year?
Right. Wow, we've made so many changes. We've grown the event dramatically, especially at Sam's Wood site. Last year we introduced 2 days of grand tasting on both Saturday and Sunday. And Sunday has really turned into a locals day for craft beer tasting, which is great. We've got 90 breweries attending total. Let me see if I get my numbers correct. We've got 65 to 70 that are there on Saturday and about 50 to 55 that are there on Sunday. So there is some that are there on 2 days, some that you can only get if you come on Saturday, or some that you only come on Sunday.
So people should probably just get the full weekend pass.
That's what I always suggest, yes. But, I get it. It's 4 days of blues and brews in the High Sierra. It's a lot, so if you only want to come on specific dates. I always tell people to go to the website, just Google Bluesa Palooza. It's the first thing that comes up. And that way you can check out the entire schedule. I know that Thursday and Sunday have really turned into locals nights. Friday and Saturday, we obviously get a lot of out-of-towners. Friday night, we host a big reception for all the brewers. And the thing that I absolutely love about this event, and I've said this before, is that it is like a family reunion of all these people that I've known for the past 25 years that I've been in the beer business, who really, they take the time to give their employees a vacation up here in the High Sierra. and also attend a beer festival. So we kind of have a big reception for them on Friday night. Saturday and Sunday are the grand tasting. Music throughout the entire weekend. We've got 2 stages this year. We brought back the giant LED wall, so we've actually got a display there on the stage. Geez, what else can I tell you?
Well, you've told us a lot about the brews. How about the blues? What kind of acts can we expect to see this year at Bluesapalooza?
Yeah, our headliners are going to be Mavis Staples on Friday night and Walter Trout on Saturday night, both longtime blues artists. We've gotten a lot of credit this year for really making this much more of a blues event. You know, last year we had Michael Franti, which was great, one of the best shows I've ever seen. But we had some criticism that it was not bluesy enough. And this year, we really brought back mostly blues acts. So we're getting a lot of response and credit for having the blues acts. I will tell you that Thursday night and Sunday, I'll go back to some of my 2 bands. Thursday night this year, we've got Dreddy Poppins, who has a couple of employees that work here at Mammoth Brewing Company, up-and-coming local artist, as well as Robert Randolph and the Family Band. We had him a couple of years ago.
I saw him a couple years ago. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Funk, blues. And then on Sunday, we're bringing back Vintage Trouble that we also had about 3 or 4 years ago. And again, another really kind of hard-driving rock band, and that's on Sunday. So very exciting.
Well, I know I'm excited. If people want more information on this, where should they go?
Well, certainly the website. Just Google Bluesapalooza. You can come here to the tasting room. This is where we sell all of our tickets without service fees. And Rob, I'll also tell you this. We are offering locals tickets, discounted, for Thursday night, $25 instead of $38, and Sunday, let me make sure I get my numbers right, 30 instead of 50 for, like I said, Robert Randolph and the Family Band and Vintage Trouble on Sunday. And you can only get those here at the tasting room, and those locals discount tickets end on Sunday, July 30th, if I'm getting my dates right. But this is the place to come, so you don't have to pay service fees.
So head on over to Mammoth Brewing Company Tasting Room to get those tickets for the 22nd annual Bluesapalooza. Sean, any parting words for our audience?
Oh, wow. I will say this. Yeah, Sunday evening, and this is kind of fun too. We started this last year. We're going to actually have a private concert here in the Tasting Room Beer Garden on Sunday evening, and that one's free. That's after Vintage Trouble leaves the stage, starting at 6 p.m. And I got to say, it is so satisfying with all of the crew, all the vendors. I mean, last year I looked around the food court at one point, and it kind of brought tears to my eyes just as far as how many people I know. We could not put on this event without the tremendous community of the Eastern Sierra. All the vendors, all the people who participate this are my friends, co-business owners in the community. And so we really throw a party for them after the event here in the beer garden, and it's something very special.
Mammoth Festival of Blues and Brews, the 22nd annual Bluesapalooza, happening August 3rd through the 6th. We'll see you there.
All right, Rob and Sean, thanks for that. Looking forward to a lot of great music and, well, a lot of great beers at Bluesapalooza. Cheers. We'll be back with more news.